In this video, we'll study about the facial artery. The facial artery arises from the external carotid artery from the anterior aspect above the tip of the greater cornea of the hyoid bone. It terminates near the medial angle of the eye as angular artery. So commencement, it arises from the anterior aspect of the external carotid artery above the tip of the greater cornea of the hyoid bone. Termination at the medial angle of the eye, it continues as the angular artery. The facial artery course is divided into two parts, the cervical part and the facial part. The artery is remarkably tortuous and takes part in numerous anastomoses. And the course of the artery, it describes a double loop like this. And this tortuosity allows the expansion of the pharynx during deglutition and the movement of the mandible, lips and the cheek. Now we'll see the course of the cervical part. From its origin, the artery at first passes upward and forward deep to the posterior belly of the digastric muscle and the stylohyoid muscle, and it lodges in the groove at the posterior end of the submandibular gland and appears beneath the ramus of the mandible. At this part, it presents a loop with the upward convexity, and here it rests on the middle constrictor muscle and the superior constrictor muscle. The loop itself is separated from the palatine tonsil by the styloglossus muscle and the superior constrictor muscle. From the loop, the artery passes downwards and forwards between the medial pterygoid muscle and the lateral surface of the submandibular salivary gland, and it appears at the lower border of the mandible where it pierces the investing layer of deep cervical fascia and turns upward to enter the face at the anteroinferior angle of the masseter muscle. So here it enters the face at the anteroinferior angle of the masseter muscle. At the anteroinferior angle of the masseter muscle, the facial artery is crossed superficially by the marginal mandibular branch of the facial nerve and the facial vein. In the face, the artery passes sinuously upward and forward to a point 1.25 centimeters lateral to the angle of the mouth. Then it ascends along the side of the nose and at the medial angle of the eye, where it terminates as the angular artery. And the angular artery ends by anastomosing with the dorsal nasal branch of the ophthalmic artery. In the face, it lies on the mandible, the buccinator muscle and the levator anguli oris muscle. It is covered superficially by the platysma muscle, the rhizorius muscle, the zygomaticus major muscle and the zygomaticus minor muscle. The facial vein lies above and behind the facial artery, undergoes a straight course across the face from the medial angle of the eye up to the anteroinferior angle of the masseter muscle. Now we'll see the branches of the cervical part. The first branch is the ascending palatine artery. The ascending palatine artery arises from the proximal loop of the facial artery. So here is the diagrammatic representation, show you the course of the ascending palatine artery. So this arises from the proximal loop of the facial artery and ascends along the pharyngeal wall between the styloglossus muscle and the stylopharyngeus muscle, and it winds around the upper border of the superior constrictor muscle and accompanies the levator vellae palatinae muscle and supplies the soft palate tonsil, and the walls of the pharynx and the auditory tube. The next branch arises from the cervical part is the tonsillar branch. The tonsillar branch is the principal artery to supply the palatine tonsil and arises close to the ascending palatine artery and reaches the gland by piercing the superior constrictor muscle. The next branches are the glandular branches. They are 3 to 4 in number and supply the submandibular salivary gland. The next branch is the submental artery. So this artery arises from the facial artery when it winds around the lower border of the mandible and it runs forward along the lower border of the mandible and lies on the mylohyoid muscle, and it supplies the adjoining structures and anastomose with the mylohyoid branch of the inferior alveolar artery. A few branches run upward and around the chin and anastomose with the mental and the inferior labial arteries. So the branches of the cervical part are the ascending palatine artery, the tonsillar artery, the branches to the submandibular gland, and the submental artery. The branches of the facial part are the inferior labial artery, the superior labial artery, and the lateral nasal artery. So this facial part is already dealt in the video, and the link will be given at the end of this video.